I know it's been a while. Been busy. Anywho, so I just wanted to touch base. A lot of people focus on asking things like, oh my God, you had the surgery, so what do you get to eat now? Well, let's be real. Before I started my weight loss journey, I came to a couple realizations. And those realizations are the following. Number one. Holidays tend to serve a lot of people's favorite foods. You only get it at the holidays. My realization is this. Holiday food can be made any time of the year. So if you want your sweet potatoes, June, make your sweet potatoes. That way, knowing that you can appease the want, the craving for these specialty foods any time of year helps, because when the holidays come, you don't feel the need to fill your plate. You take a simple serving. Okay? Realization number two. If you plate your food in the kitchen away from where you sit, you're less likely to graze at the table while carrying on conversation. True fact. What does this mean? It means as you're sitting there talking with your children, your spouse, your friends, other family members at the table, you don't continue to get another serving of mashed potatoes, another serving of ham or pheasant or turkey or whatever it is you're having. You don't continue to sit there with food on your plate in front of you while everybody's talking, going, oh, there's food here. Gotta keep eating. And most of the time when we do this, we're doing it like unconsciously. It's just the fact it's there, and it keeps our hands busy. Simple way to fix this. Plate the food out in the kitchen. Move into the dining room. Sit and eat there. When you're concluded that you are done eating, when you are full, take your plate to the kitchen, rinse it, leave it in the sink, return to the table. Why? You don't mindlessly eat. Big fact number 3, cravings. When the time comes and you really want a specific item, like for example, oh, this is a bad one. This is very bad. McDonald's sweet tea. Okay, this is a medium size. This was purchased this morning at 2 a.m. because of working overnight. However, this purchase, of course, they give it to you fairly full. Okay? Now, what I did was, my daughter works with me, so I gave her about this much. Take notice she got the larger part of the cup, so it holds most of the liquid. I gave her about this much. I took 3 small sips, not just little, 3 sips. My need, my want, my craving for the sweet tea was settled. It is now 11:30 in the morning, 9 hours later. I told you it was filled about here for me, and there is now about this much left all these hours later. Now, that also means all the ice in this cup had since melted as well, and I had added ice to it, so it's pretty watered down. Does it make it good for me? No. Does it appease the craving I have? Yes. Am I going to finish drinking that? No. Actually, when I get up from here, I'm going to go dump it out and throw it away. But I appease my craving. If I have a need, craving for ice cream, I will serve myself up the recommended serving size, which generally is about a half cup. Now, most people may wonder what a half cup looks like. I have custard dishes, if you're familiar with them. They're about this big. Okay, about something like that. 1 scoop of ice cream in here, a little more. Okay, would be about a ½ ounce. Now, if it's just a craving I have, typically cravings are satisfied within the 3rd bite. Honestly, check it out. You take a smaller bite, you take a small bite, you take a small bite, you realize, my body is not saying, I want that. What happens? Put it away. You're done. Otherwise, the crave is satisfied. You're not mindlessly sitting there continuing to eat the ice cream. Okay, so that's one of my other realizations I had learned, which is pretty cool. So let's see, realizations are: favorite foods can be made any time of the year, prevents overeating. Satisfy your craving, okay? Takes 3 bites, 3 sips, satisfied. And you're not struggling, fighting, oh, I can't do this because I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't do this. Not true, okay? So that's pretty cool. Portions, definitely a big one. Focus really hard on your portion size. Since my surgery, I generally eat about 3/4 cups of food at one time. That being said, for breakfast, I will have 2 eggs scrambled. I rather them not have cheese, I rather them not have pepper, but that's it, 2 eggs scrambled. Sometimes I will have a half a slice of wheat toast with it, and I'll have a little jelly on it. Nothing major. It works out to being about a ½ tablespoon of jelly. That's it. And that will be breakfast. For lunch, it would be like 2.45 ounces of chicken. Not that I've weighed that out at all. No, I'm kidding. So, I ate my grilled chicken. Not a problem. For dinner, my husband has found this wonderful low-carb dish where it's meat and cheese, pepper, onion, casserole, and egg. It's real simple. You can weigh it out, you can measure it out. Generally, about a ½ cup of that will fill me for dinner. In addition to eating that, I always try to get some veggies in there, green beans, limas. We do succotash as well, your corn and lima mixture. I've eaten a 1/3 of a baked potato. I found making small baked potatoes is a lot easier. So, just simple things like that. Again, I'm not looking to deprive myself of anything I want. However, I do satisfy the craving, and that's a big thing. Typically, it's really funny. I've cut out soda from my diet. I've cut it out a very long time ago. But when you get used to drinking your water, because you should have at least 64 ounces a day, seems like a huge amount, right? For me, myself, I can use a 23-ounce bottle and keep water in that. I can add flavoring to it, like kiwi strawberry flavoring, and that helps with the taste and managing the water taste to it. I like my water super, super cold, so I'll keep it in the freezer, take it out, drink it, put it back in the freezer kind of deal. And what I found is, as long as my water bottle moves with me from room to room in our house, or goes to work with me, travels in the car, I can get my 64 ounces in no problem at all. Which is amazing, because drinking water that much used to be difficult for me. And now, drinking that water is not a big deal. It's not very difficult. I can get it done. So, just some simple little big things that I found as far as foods go. If there is a food, say bread or pasta, that you are like a fanatic about, okay, it was hard. because I would be, oh, I want my spaghetti or lasagna or fettuccine. My husband makes the absolute greatest chicken fettuccine in the world. Pasta is not my friend. However, having said that, I have actually learned to eat maybe a third, a quarter of what a portion size of pasta would be. And I am completely okay with that. Totally okay with that. You know, fruit. Plums are a great snack. I've had it as a snack. Just remember, when you're eating, no matter what it is, fruits, veggies, protein, anything, you want to get your 20 to 30 chews in so that you get like an applesauce type of texture to it, because it's easier for your stomach to digest. In saying that, that's the big reason why you don't want to drink as you're eating, because if you put something in your mouth and chew it to the applesauce consistency, and then you take a huge sip, only because I had a straw, it's going to wash that applesauce consistency through your stomach. So that's why they, my team suggested that I wait a half hour after I eat before I drink again. That's why they suggest not drinking while you eat. And also, you don't want to drink a half hour before eating, because that fluid is going to fill up your stomach. And then you're going to eat less. So, it's a good idea just to manage your water intake during that time. And it's actually good for everybody, because there's this phenomena, which is what I want to call it, called dumping, that can occur where you drink too soon after you eat or while you eat. And what it's doing is it's taking your food and flushing it through your digestive system, and your system isn't having enough time to digest it further and absorb it into your body. So, you really have to watch that. And definitely your goal of 75 grams of protein a day is a big thing. 75 grams, 75 ounces. Ounces. We do ounces. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute. So, it's a very big thing. So, just wanted to let you guys know what I found. Easy ways of getting around it. Also, if you find you tend to put too much food on your plate, there are two things you can do. One is you can get one of those divided plates where you have your bigger section and then your two small sections. The bigger section is where you put your protein. The smaller sections is where you put your veggie and a fruit. My nutritionist told me my goal when I eat is to hit 3 food groups. So whether it be protein, dairy, fruit, protein, dairy, veggie, protein, fruit and veggie, protein, starch, fruit, protein, starch, veggie, whatever. 3 food groups in a meal to help balance things out. Which, honestly, since my surgery, I've been struggling having enough room once I eat my protein to do that. But I have to give a shout out to Shamrock Farms Rockin' Protein. It's awesome. It comes in chocolate, vanilla, and I've learned it comes in strawberry, but unfortunately my location, I can't get the strawberry, and that stinks because I love strawberry flavoring. I really wish I could try strawberry, but I can't get it in this area. We're on the East Coast. So that's my boo-hoo to my local stores that carry it. Giant, who believes that you should have 2 facings of chocolate and 5 or 6 facings of vanilla. So vanilla is always there and chocolate sells out. All the time. So there's that. My other complaint with it is that the other store in the area, Wise, that carries it for exactly 23 cents more a bottle than Giant, because it's kept in the dairy section. 23 cents more, and they will not comp the price of what Giant sells it for. And I refuse to pay an additional 23 cents a bottle. Also, in my state, you can't use coupons for dairy products because that stinks. Okay, sorry. Off my high horse, off my soapbox, I should say, in regards to Rocking Protein that I like a lot. And if I'm having a day where it's hard for me to get the protein in, I either go for a Shamrock shake, or if I also am low on calories, I'll do up a Muscle Milk shake. And the way I do it is, instead of doing heaping scoops or anything, I kind of level them out more, so there's a little less powder to it, and I add a little more water. I like the taste better that way. My husband, he likes doing a scoop of chocolate, a scoop of the vanilla. I do 2 scoops of chocolate. So, just to let you guys know, yeah, we pretty much went over the 3 big things that I wanted to share. I went off on a soapbox. So, you know. Okay, so just to recap. Oh, I told you there are 2 ways of keeping after your protein and your food and not piling up your plate. Sorry about that. The first is the divided plate. The second is those wonderful dessert plates that you get. Put your food on there. If you can't get everything on there for you to eat, it's too much. And then that leads to grazing at the table. Boom. So, just wanted to let you know about that. So, let's hit the points real fast. Holiday foods don't have to be made just at the holidays, number 1. Number 2, grazing at the table, it's a hard battle, but you can beat it by plating your food away from the table, clearing your plate as soon as you're done. Okay, so there's that. And the third big one is managing your protein with your portion controls, as well as that goes there. I think I just lost my train of thought, so be careful. It could be out there somewhere, you know. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell I have right now today. Hope you guys are all doing well. Have a great one. Bye.